All right, fall is a time when the more colorful varieties of fruit are stocked on store shelves. They're not just tasty, they're also great ingredients to help you fight the flu. Joining us is Chris Mittelstaedt. He's the founder and CEO of the FruitGuys. He's here with your one-stop guide to buying, storing, and cooking what's in season right now. And you were telling me about your business. I love what you guys do.
Yeah, we deliver fresh fruit to offices as a way to bring healthy food into the workplace.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
all right, let's get right to the citrus fruits here in California. What's in season? How do we pick them? How do we store them?
Well, what I love about Southern California is we are first to see the early citrus down here. So the farms that we work with down here are first to bring citrus off. So these are sweet limes, also known as Persian limes that you'll see. I brought some specialty limes as well called finger limes or caviar limes. You'll actually notice on these that it actually almost looks like fish roe when you cut it open, and they sort of have a nice little pop. They're going to be a little tart right now, but they have a nice little
And would one just eat them, or do you use them as a garnish?
Garnish often, mostly as a garnish. Okay. But I thought they'd be fun to bring because they're specialty item. We've got Valencia oranges, which are known as the summer orange. They're not as pretty, to be honest, as the winter orange, which is the navel. We'll start to see those in the next couple of weeks, actually, down here. We've got traditional star ruby grapefruit as well, too, that's coming off the trees as an early grapefruit.
Kiwi.
Kiwi. So we've got two types. I love kiwi because kiwi is the perfect vitamin C treat for you in the fall and as you go into the winter. We've got green and a gold kiwi. These actually deliver more vitamin C than the oranges do. So what I like to do is I like to cut these in half, and then I'll actually take a half like this, and I'll take a spoon and I'll just scoop around the edge and I'll scoop it out and be able to eat it. So it's a really easy, quick way. You can bring these with you and just cut it and
you can eat
it
with
spoon.
seeds.
You can eat with seeds.
All right, great.
Nice pop.
What's next?
I got pomegranates and cranberries, traditional sort of fall fruits, lots rich in antioxidants. They end up a lot, obviously, in cranberry sauces and garnishes and things like that, but great for antioxidants, antibacterial, antimicrobial stuff as well, too, can help your body. In terms of apples, I brought a number of varieties of apples. So starting here is the Arkansas Black. This is my absolute favorite apple of the year. This is actually an heirloom variety offshoot of the wine sap. It's got this really dark purple color on the skin, and it almost tastes cherry flavored when you bite into it. It's such a wonderful apple.
All right.
We've got Gala. We've got Fuji, we've got Granny Smith, and then we've got one called a Sweetie Apple, which is a local variety that's also a wonderful tasting apple. Now, as we go into Thanksgiving, we're going to want to be thinking about if you're baking with apples, what kind of apple are you going to want to use? You're always going to want to use an apple that's going to be both firm and a bit tart. So the Granny Smiths, the Brayburns, those kinds of fruit varieties are perfect for you.
Yeah. Pears.
Brought some pears. So we've got Bartlett's. This is the first pear that generally is off the tree in the summertime in California. You'll see these actually late July, even early August. This is one of my favorite pears. It's called the Comies pear. And you'll notice it because it's got a little dimple on the bottom here that you can notice this pear. It's got a sort of a rounded shape to it. They call this the peach of fall. When it ripens, it'll turn a yellower color, and you cut into it, and it is just juice will drip out of it. It's such a wonderful pear to eat. The Bosc pear is one of the pears. You can actually eat a Bosc firm and soft as well, too. It's a little hardier, but this is the sort of the traditional.
So with the Bosc, I mean, when I go to the store and I pick one out, I don't need to squeeze it. It can either be hard or soft, and it's fine either way.
Great question. Pears ripen from the inside out. So one of the general rules about pears is you can do the neck test, where you kind of just gently touch the neck and see if it gives a little bit, and then the pear will actually be ripe. The only one that doesn't really apply to as much is the red crimson, which we'll talk about in a second.
Terrific.
This is a French butter pear. It's also a really great eating pear for the fall, and you know, it's just a lovely, lovely pear. The red crimson, as I mentioned, this is a pear that you're going to notice a color change when it starts to ripen. It'll actually get a little less dark as it starts to ripen. It'll be fragrant as well, too. You smell. And then this is the Seckel pear. It'll be a little grittier than the I particularly like the Comies because it's so smooth. But the wonderful thing about pears in the fall, there are thousands of varieties, so many that we never actually see. But if you can find a wide variety, it's a great way to even dress your Thanksgiving table by offering your guests different pears without even cooking them, just to get different taste profiles.
I love having all sorts of fruit on our kitchen island. Some of them I may or may not actually eat, but I like having fruit. It's beautiful.
I love it. It's a wonderful way to have the experience the holidays. And then in terms of also other fall items, you've got quince down here, which you're not eating out of hand. It's extremely astringent. You're cooking with it. You're making chutneys and things like that.
Quince paste with?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Richie, our guy here, he has special formulations. His wife seems to like them quite a bit.
Good.
Yeah.
And then persimmons. I love persimmons. There's a couple of different kinds. This is the fuyu persimmon, and the fuyu you can actually eat out of hand. You can eat it firm. You don't want to eat the hachia persimmon, which is acorn shaped.
Right.
That one actually has to ripen until it gets really soft to the touch, almost gelatinous. Then you cut it and you scoop it, and you can eat that. This is one of my favorites for the fall. I have a very simple salad. It's just greens. Slice the persimmons, put some pomegranate seeds on the salad, dress with some balsamic vinaigrette, and a little sliced apples. It's super simple. It really feels like fall.
But you're also saying you can just eat this, wash it off, and boom.
You can eat it, out of
like
hand.
An apple.
And if you don't like the texture of the peel, you can peel the outside peel a little bit if you don't like the waxiness of it.
Right.
But technically, the fuyu you can eat firm like this, almost as you would an apple.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. For more information on the FruitGuys.com, you can also like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter, and maybe they'll bring some fruit to your office. Love to talk about bringing you guys here.
Be happy to.
Thanks
Thank you.
a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Jess.
Thank you, guys. Still ahead, it's an important gadget